distinguished guy with a puta. We can't go get perk every time. It's like police, I be honest all the while. I just go 2 to 2 with him here.
Me never know say you listen to me, man.
I love your program.
Okay, thank you, man.
I see me listen to you. Mr. T with the railroad program. So railroad come highly political. And my wife clear the railroad that objective. Although we see him have tough time on the road with it.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. Yes, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel is all about saving life, and that's our main priority here. Yes, we are not beholden to any political parties in Jamaica or anywhere, but we support the party or government who is willing to make Jamaican people's lives better, especially when it comes on to security. We would like to see the culture of the people change, by instilling these youths ethics, moral, decency, truthfulness, and to get rid of all the muck and this culture erosion that has been taken over and infiltrate our people's mind in Jamaica. You understand? So, that's what we're all about here, reading, and these youths need to read more. So, we are all about saving lives here at the channel, on the Jamaica Young Police channel. But some lives are not worth saving. They have lived a parasitic life and were not contributing citizens to the society. Hence, we'd like to find a way to get rid of them by any means necessary. The Jamaica Young Police channel is not for criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, beneficiaries, sympathizers, excuse specialists, and head hunchers in criminal underworld. At the channel, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we aid criminals with a passion. Yes, especially the criminal police officers. Yes, today, we're going to touch on a topic that is, it still have to do with crime, because everything, crime is involving. And we're going to talk about the scammers in Montego Bay and all over Jamaica, and how the financial institutions are benefiting from these people. And guess what? Their families are not benefiting when they're killed. Yes, when these scammers are killed, who benefit? The people in the banks. Yeah. And the people have been complaining, especially people in the diaspora and people living in Jamaica, how the government is wicked. Yes, the government is wicked to the poor. Because when I was living in Jamaica, I used to use the ATM and I never used to pay any fee. So how we reach this point in 2023 when poor people paying fees to use the ATM? Come on, man, that's wickedness to a different level. How you do that? Ripping off the poor. Remember, the majority of Jamaican people are poor people, So when they do these things to the poor, you're going to make the poor eat the system and eat you people more. So that's why, a lot of people say, boy, there's a revolution on the horizon. But to have a revolution, you have to have people you have to have planners, people who can think and plan things out thoroughly. So, so the people have said that the government needs to roll back these banking fees that have been imposed on the poor people of Jamaica, because it is scamming and robbing the poor. I am going to let you hear from someone who has intimate knowledge of how the bank is benefiting from the scammers when they are killed by gunmen, and how the employees go all the way to the top are bathing in dead scammers' wealth, and the families can't get access to these accounts to get the money as they are labeled dormant. It is a new way of robbing. So they said the bank say the account is dormant, so they have all the legal rights to rob you. Yeah, can you believe it? Boy, I never hear that. When I was in I remember when I was in Jamaica, the bank will are happy that you are, you lodging your money, but you have to pay to lodge it there. That was something that was in the United States of America like 20 years ago, and the same consumers, force the banks them that they have to get rid of those banking fees. So I don't know why in a third world country like Jamaica, the government allow the bank to do this to the poor. This is just wickedness at a greater, at a level never seen before, and then they roll it back because it's poor people it's affecting. It don't affect the rich. Or you're supposed to pay for access your own money. Might as well you don't keep your money, and you have to pay a fee for change a check. You know, I remember even cash a check at a Citibank. I didn't have to pay any money. All I have to do is produce my ID, and that's it. My driver's license, and I got the money, no fee. Oh, Jamaica, I just pay a thief in Jamaica. Everybody a thief. The bank, the government, everybody are rob the poor. Come on, man. And then I complain about crime. One of the biggest criminals right there, right now. Yes, I will say it without any apologies. You can't pressure. Oh, you're not pressure poor. You have on a neck, on a foot on the neck I poor. And if this man never, you know, and others complain to me about it, I won't even know that this is what is happening in Jamaica. You understand? This is just wickedness. No, man, you cannot do it. You understand? So, you know, the message to the people in the diaspora: do not invest your money in Jamaica, in Jamaican banks, because you can legally lose the same due to a corrupt system imposed on the people by the government. In the banking system, they call it dormant bank account. The account is not active, and you lose your money. Hey, look, here in America, you have had people that are 100 years ago and they have money in their bank account, and the family can claim it in America. So in Jamaica you can. So in Jamaica them can thief your money legally, and them call it dormant. And what kind of government them this? What kind of politician is? They're not looking out for the poor. They're looking out for the rich to rob the poor. They need to do away with these fees, and the people must do something. Start boycott the bank them. You understand? Use the credit unions instead of the banks, because these fees are killing the people. But you're going to hear from this official, you know. You understand? So we'll continue. So you understand? So we are still determined whether the government will change the act to benefit people with low income. The government don't care. Here are some of the fee the Jamaican banks charge at ATM: $25. Check cashing $5. I must use them attack. Online banking fee $10 per month. Oh, I must use them a quote them to you, because it cannot be Jamaican money. So these fees can add up quickly, especially for people who live on a low income budget. For example, if someone withdraw $100 from an ATM every week, they will pay $1,000 in ATM fee per year. The high fees charged by Jamaican banks burden people experiencing poverty. They make it difficult for people to access their money and manage their finances. This can lead to a financial hardship and even poverty. So the bank is creating poor people in Jamaica, and that sign. You understand that? Hey, look, man, them things I breed hatred, you know. It breed hatred when you have people, the rich are rob the poor people. You understand? The government need to roll back these things. I used to use the bank in Jamaica for free. No charges. ATM, if the bank account, the bank beg you to open an account. When I open my bank account in Jamaica, I never need a GP, I never need nothing. Hey, look, the only ID I used to have back then was my police ID, identification booklet in the 80s, and just open my bank account. Nobody in the office said, boy, yeah, said, boy, them know Chris and this and that. Or we reach a point where everybody a thief, so we have a criminal, convicted drug dealer, a GP. I don't know no honest criminal. And then you have the Prime Minister. You know, people saying that this politician destroying the country. Of course it is. Who else are destroyed? Why? You think people are fool? We don't be holding to no political party in Jamaica, but we know so one of them are real criminal, you know. The other one can change, because we see the other one want to change, so you can't start change. Just roll back the banking fee for poor people, man. The people in my bank, these people at the bank, them too greedy. Leeching and all those people, wicked people, them parasite them on the poor. But dormant. Oh, who write these bills against the poor people and against other people? So yeah, a man dead and them thing and him have millions, they just thief it. Them thing are madness, man. The government should regulate the banks more strictly and provide financial assistance to people experiencing poverty. The people believe the politicians are to be blamed for allowing the banks to charge high fees. They argue that politicians must do more to regulate the banks and protect the poor people who are experiencing poverty. Others believe that the banks are to be blamed for charging high fees. They argue that the banks are taking advantage of the poor people and are not doing enough to help them. There is no easy answer to this question. It is essential to consider all the factors involved and come to your conclusion. However, the high fees charged by the Jamaican banks burden people experiencing poverty. This is something that needs to be addressed, and the Prime Minister and the others in our government, they need to do something about this, man. I never used to pay no money to use the bank in Jamaica. All them people are so wicked, Rasta, that the people have to pay for access the money. This is wickedness in a level of wickedness they were seen before in Jamaica, which is a third world country. Oh, when I do that, man, I want to sleep at night. On a wicked and evening, boy, them will kill people. Yeah, the bank wicked and the boy, them will kill people out there. Because when you do this, the poor people, they might use it, and you turn them in a poverty, you turn them in a more, you make them get poorer. Because your interest rate no amount up to the fee where they might use. And that's a pure wickedness down at this place, man. So, yeah, so we just say, boy, the government could regulate the banks more strictly. This would help to ensure that the banks are not charging excessive fee. We just want to fee them go away. The government could provide financial assistance to people experiencing poverty. This would help them to afford the fees charged by the bank. We don't believe in a socialism business. Them just to get rid of it. Period. Because I rob the poor people them. You understand? It is important to note that this problem has no easy solution. The only solution to it is just get rid of it because it weren't there before. Who come in with this thing? For charge the poor people them these exorbitant amount of fee for use the bank. Bank supposed to free cause your money you put in there. You understand? And them use your money and lend other people, and that's how they make their money. High interest rate. And them not giving you, them might give you a pittance for your money. You understand? I was wicked. So there's several reasons why Jamaican politicians allow the banks to rob people with low income. Some of these reasons include corruption. Some politicians are corrupt and receive bribes from banks to allow them to continue these predatory practices. Some Jamaican politicians are incompetent and not understand the full impact of banks' practice and people experiencing poverty. Them not poor, so them don't know what it feel like to be poor. Most of them grew up and them grew up privileged, so they don't know about poverty. So that's why them allow them to take care of the rob the poor people. And the fear of losing the bank support. Some politicians may be afraid of losing the support of the banks, which provide them with campaign contribution and other forms of assistance. Some of the politicians may not have the political will to stand up to the banks, even if they know the banking fees are harming poor people, especially the ones who are poor, experiencing poverty. Whatever the reason is, it is clear that the Jamaican government is not doing enough to protect people with low income from the bank's predatory practice. This is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. So we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we say yes, the government of Jamaica need to do something to address this problem. Pass stronger regulation. The government can pass stronger regulation that prevent the banks from charging excessive fees and engaging in predatory lending practices. Financial education. The government can provide financial education programs to help poor people understand the risks of predatory lending and how to protect themselves. Now, them like the people of Jamaica fool, so them can keep fool them up. That's why them don't like the Jamaica Young Police Channel, because we educate the people. And the people them need to stop bank with the bank them, because them are thief. Yeah, the bank no much better than the boy them will stick you up and rob your money. Oh, you pay for use bank. I don't pay for use bank. Okay, when I was there, I never used to do that. So them politicians are heartless. Where them come from? I wonder if them have mother or father. Oh, them wicked, so. Boy, I just evil, man. By taking these steps, the Jamaican government can help and ensure the banks are not robbing people experiencing poverty. The fees charged by the Jamaican banks are high, especially for international transactions. This can make it difficult for those living in the diaspora to keep their money in Jamaican banks. There are a few reasons why the fees are so high. First, Jamaica is relatively small country with limited financial sectors. This means less competition among banks, which can lead to higher fees. Second, the Jamaican government taxes financial transactions at a high rate. How that? I don't understand that. So when them come in with all them things, I tax all financial transaction at a high rate. This means because them have less competition, and this help contribute to the high fees that the banks charging the people. What a wicked set of people them, man. You understand? The high fees can make it difficult for those in the diaspora to send money to their families in Jamaica. It can also make it difficult for Jamaicans living abroad to access their money when needed. There are a few things that those living in the diaspora can do to avoid the high fees charged by the Jamaican banks. One option is to open a bank account in a different country. You hear this? One option is to open a bank account in a different country. Many banks offer international banking service and often have lower fees than Jamaican banks. So can you believe? So if you open a bank account in a different country and you use the ATM at Jamaica, you're going to pay less money. You saw them wicked to the poor people at Jamaica. You understand? Boy, I mean, I tell you, you know, all them people are asleep at night. All them do it. You understand? Another option is to use money transfer service. Money transfer services typically charge lower fees than banks, which can be a convenient way to send money to Jamaica. It is essential to do your research and compare the fees charged by different banks and money transfer services before you choose a way to send money to Jamaica. This will help you to find the option that is best for you. There are several ways in which the banks in Jamaica are robbing and ripping off poor people. Some of these include high fees. Banks in Jamaica charge high fees for essential services such as ATM, withdrawals, bank transfer and check cashing. These fees can significantly burden poor people who often need more income. Predatory lending. Banks in Jamaica often engage in predatory lending practices such as offering high interest loans to people who cannot afford them. These loans can trap people in a cycle of debt, making it difficult for them to escape poverty. I don't think the bank lend poor people any money at Jamaica because the amount of thing we have to show for get loan at Jamaica. Believe you me. Lack of access. Banks in Jamaica are often inaccessible to poor people. This can make it difficult for them to open bank account, deposit money, or access funds. Discrimination. Banks in Jamaica have been accused of discriminating against poor people by denying them loans or charging them higher interest rate fee. Yeah, then I saw them thinking everywhere going around. For your poor, them going to discriminate against you. But we don't talk about the discriminate, we talk about the banking fee. The government need to roll back the banking fee. Get rid of it, man, just like how when I was there. In the 21st century, I met the people them rob the people them, man. You people are not art, or you sleep at night and you have kids. Come on, man. You understand? So these practices significantly impact the lives of poor people. They make it more difficult for them to save money, access credit, and build wealth. This can trap them in a cycle of poverty, making it difficult for them to improve their lives. Several things can be done to address this problem. One is to regulate the banks more effectively to prevent them from charging excessive fees and engage in predatory lending practice. Another is to make it easier for poor people to access banking services by locating banks in areas that are accessible to them and providing financial education programs. So, we say, boy, before we go to this, the conversation that we have with this banking official, you understand that, you used to deal with, certain things, you'll hear that for yourself. Holding the banks accountable for discriminating against the poor is essential. By taking these steps, we can ensure that the banks are not robbing and ripping off the poor people of Jamaica. So I just that's how it is. So I want you to listen to the conversation that we at the Jamaica Young Police channel have with this, former banking official in Jamaica. You watch, you listen, you decide.
One of them corporate union place that they're working on, one of them credit union place. They're big in a town too.
Hey, it's a good thing that you attack on them thing because remember them thing when you tell me say the biggest beneficiary of the murder of them are people them in the credit union and the bank them because them so that mean a good thing me I attack now on them thing that would I like for you stay and educate about how it work and how them lose millions and how them
you ready?
Yeah man. Oh yeah man. Yeah man, you can't talk man.
So what? Yeah, go on.
No, you not tell me how the biggest beneficiary of them are the scamming and them thing, scam of them. You understand?
So what go on? I get the opportunity for work in one of the credit union, very big, one of the big giants in Jamaica. I won't call them names.
Yeah.
But they're island wide, and what is a lot of time would I say some scammer come in and come back their money.
Yeah.
And what would happen is sometimes them late and the girl them would have take the money from outside at the door. Because them have them people them call from inside, And them would have go for meet them and them carry them count off the money and carry to bank it. One of the things now when I see, sometimes I see a scammer coming with all them woman. And then when I look, I don't see them again. But when I buy the paper, the mobile paper, because mobile have a special paper for themselves,
Oh, what name? The mirror or something like that?
The mirror. Them have a mirror for themselves.
Because a woman called me the other day and I tell me, say, anything you want to find about mobile, you have to go in at the mirror and you will find it.
Yeah, man. The mirror is a very big paper. So the girl them in the credit union now would look through the mirror. And especially the dead column would attract them. We know people don't want to see dead people,
Yeah.
But in the dead column would attract the female them and the worker them will work in the credit union. And sometimes we would tell you, hear them attack and I say, then last week, remember the boy who come in last week, man? Him listen to the paper,
I'm dead.
Him dead. And then me hear one of them would have said, me soon come back. And then brought around at the front, go open up him file and look and say, see a 3.5 million left in the bank account.
So them just suck it.
Another time you hear them and say, them a look land to buy and house to buy and all them. So I say, but them a girl will just come here the other day. And well, if I time in the to and see police come take out some of them people money. Yeah, man. Police come take out some of them and go with them because them love them touches.
Yeah.
And when people up here in a diaspora, people with America, Canada, and there came on and work hard and bank their money. And come down already for their money. And people are call the program and test to me and say and I show this, People come down and them bank account going at dormant. They can't find the people their money. Till one at the time, me have a section where almost every week me have people where Mr. Alright, them people we have them special complainer go over this stuff. And the chair them full up, Yeah, because people are coming with all them loved ones too, and them are quarrel and go on, People who are going to listen to your program are going to call you and say, yo, I true that brother they are talking,
So you said the bank literally rob the people them to
put them things back down, the people them things say them they are foreign and bank their money and things say the money is safe, their money not safe. When them go down and for their money missing out of them account, them bank book gone pan down and a pay card, them a drop on the people them. You know live at the place, you have an account, and now you have to run up and up against JP and all them something and them take your money every month or your bank can send on your money. So regular answer you have an account and your money safe at Jamaica. People have to be aware you can't live at two places one time. Anyway you live and you can't have your hand for your money, don't bank your money there.
So what you're saying? So I wish one of the government them give the people them give the bank them this power that them can't make your money down.
Both of them, because remember said the both of them help them in them political campaign and the corruption, brother.
Yeah.
You think the money where they are, you think the Bolt alone, when Bolt thing and just because them famous, them highlight them thing. But there are some people when the famous run away a ball, all know them a ball for their money. By the time a girl coming out the bank and work, and by the time them figure out she resign and gone or cut and gone, Then the money they gone, and I pay umpy dumpy, ups and down on the bank. Me hear them a go round and people all plead them case to me. And I tell me they pay so much money they're missing. Yeah man. A real talk, brother.
So it's a corrupt, so the system itself full of pure corrupt, man.
From the head to the tail, brother.
Man.
You tell them see you where they a scam, get rich, man. Most of the youth them are mobile, them rich, and dead left millions of dollars,
So
unclaim for money, unclaim for money, and people are call you and tell you that too. So man have money tied up in a bank.
But because him dead.
Because him dead. And enough of the youth the way you kill one of them mobile. Woman they behind it,
The killing.
Because the woman them know if the man them dead are the only way they can spend their money. And what the political corner girl? The whole cross might them set up the one of the man them for killing one of that too. Because sometimes you hear some shooting go on, And you hear that can't relate it because man always in a beef with man. But sometimes man so it going on.
That woman set them up.
Because them attack when you hear about scammer, you think the first thing come to your mind, a man. When them talk about choppy line, a man. But remember me tell you, the woman them even up there even more than the man. You have some serious girl and mobile where I do some chopping that nobody not talk about.
Yeah.
I true the man them highlight them thing and some of the man them are idiot. But you have some woman we are benefit right now in a mobile of a scamming where you never hear about. You know the man them go buy a gun, but woman not go do that. Woman go go and buy big pretty cheap and big house and buy and come to foreign and come live all up. I will find them live up here too. You understand? So
all them get for move the money and them thing there. Move the money from the people them bank account to theirs. All them do that.
Maybe a family member. Because them can't intentionally do it. So if a man somebody knows somebody with a friend or family member them just.
Let them come in and do the withdrawal.
Yeah, or wire transfer the money to the person.
Because the person dead already, so nobody can come claim that.
But the people, man dead, and when the family come there and think say money dead, and the money dead neither.
Because him done dead already and them can't talk.
Yeah, stick up thing gone. And sometimes, that's what I tell you, so the man them so busy, them poor, everybody poor and all no money. And when they start rich now, the man them hustle back way, A lot of things me go on mobile and me live on mobile and see, The man them hustle back way, and when the man them get rich, the man them are dead and I go to prison. Cause enough of them youth, they mobile a clown them, and no bad man, A youth they sleep on corner and used to tie out all them coat and all them stuff there,
So now them have money and them thing that them feel say boy them are God now.
It again, and the wholesale, enough of them are working at wholesale, enough of them are working at hotel, enough of them are working at call center, enough of them are not bad man. See me? Them don't know about the art of badness, them just get some money, buy some strap, and just start do some foolishness. That's why enough of them end up dead. And everybody know each other, everybody was a classmate, everybody was a friend. The man them are killing one another. When you look, I will follow only woman them man take up here. Because man I shoot, woman not drive one and I shoot man.
True.
I shoot woman.
Yeah, so we have come to the end of part 1 of this segment, inform me about the scammer, the real scammers in Jamaica and real robbers and criminals. It's not the only people with the guns that you can see. You have the people who have the imaginary gun to that robbing the people. That are the same banking people, we know them have all the resources and them things to destroy other people's life. And the same bank, so they're talking about prosperity, but the prosperity is turning the people into poverty. They need to get rid of this banking thing to show the poor people that they're on their side and not the bank side. Oh, on God's earth, when you have majority of people in a country that is poor and you're charging them fees to use the bank, and things is harder now in Jamaica than when I was there. And when I was living in Jamaica, I never have to pay no money to use the ATM. I could have even used all the ATM in America when I travel, because it have a thing when you're serious or something like that. You can go to the ATM in America and withdraw your money. Anyway, you see the sign, and you didn't have to pay it. So why we reach this junction now? It's time now something be done about this, man. This is just nothing but plain wickedness on part of the Jamaican government. Yes, man, so we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we are calling on the government, the current government, headed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, to repeal this banking, these high fees, these fees that the bank charging the poor people in Jamaica. Because if you're talking about prosperity not only supposed to go to the rich. Poor people supposed to feel a little sensible in them life easier. But when the bank charging the people them all this exorbitant amount of fee, you're gonna create more poor people, so the only people that experience prosperity are the rich people. And we used to think that we as Jamaican used to think, say, boy, the PMP, they might want to kill poor people with tax, because remember, it was Peter Phillips, tax the egg, tax egg and tax and Cartman and them thing. And me the same PMP, they must say, boy, nothing wrong with that. When a poor people alone have to buy 1 or 2 egg and a slice of bread or a quarter of bread and 2 tea bag, and them tax all of them thing there. So you need to take off them thing and show the poor people, say, you care, man. Repeal this banking something on board, this dormant account. That's a robbery. In America where I live, if somebody, if God forbid, anytime I am out of this world and I have any secret account that I never tell my relative, them can't claim it, because the government put up that and them thing that once you have the person date of birth and other information, personal information, you can't claim the money. In Jamaica, you can't. The bank just thief it. You understand? You need for the better, man. What kind of robbery? What kind of big time Alibaba system when I go on in 2023? Repeal it, man, and make the poor people them use the banking system free like how I used to use it. You understand? These people, the leechings and all these people are parasite on the poor. Them have them foot on the neck of the poor people. The poor people, them need to breathe now, man. Come on, man. I cannot breathe. And that the poor people, them tell me, I can't breathe. Yeah, man, have yourself a beautiful day, man. Jamaica Young Police Channel, out.